Okay, she's just said recording in progress. So here we are. Oh, so my name's Nick Morey. I'm an aromatherapist and a leader wellbeing advisor here in Gloucester. And I'm having a chat today with Sakina, who runs the Facial Cupping Expert page on Instagram. So Sakina, you're an acupuncturist and you developed your small business in response to lockdown when you weren't able to see clients. So I was really pleased to find your Instagram page. It's a wealth of information for how to look after your skin and how to use facial cups to help with that. And I'm really thankful that you were willing to chat to me today about this, because I have your cups and I bought them in May last year. So I have the big ones and I have the little ones. I was just coming to the final stages of qualifying as an aromatherapist, and I don't even remember how I came across your page. But I was really intrigued. I think you're a fabulous advert for what you offer. And I was really curious about the fact that you provide a free course when people order their cups so they can use them effectively and safely at home, but also that you've developed a course for professionals like me to be able to offer it in facial treatments. So I felt I needed to start with me, and I reached out to you about ordering, and we just had a really lovely dialogue, and I appreciated you being so responsive to my questions. So this is kind of a follow-on to that, isn't it, where you're going to help me to go over a few of the little routines that will help me with my problem areas, although you probably wouldn't call them problem areas. So yeah, if that's all right for you, should we just dive straight in? Have you got your cups to hand? Yeah, lovely. So when I reached out to you, I was explaining that I've always had hooded eyelids. And I began to notice in video recordings when I watched them back that I had a really droopy, I'm trying to think which one it is now, I think it's this one, a really droopy eyelid, and that I felt that your cups would be really good for that. And like I say, your Instagram page, Facial Cupping Expert, has amazing information on there and videos to show me how to do that. Oh, not with the big ones, I don't think.
No, it would be too big. You can use them. No, you can as well do that.
Absolutely. But also, I think I mentioned saggy study chin, and I think everyone has phone chin from lots of this. So we can do perhaps a little bit here. And then also just these creases that become deeper over time as we get older. Particularly I'm perimenopausal, so I know my skin's losing its elasticity and collagen. So these areas here. So we can chat a bit more perhaps as we're doing, but I just really felt your guidance would be so helpful, because I love the before and after pictures you post on your page, and I tried to take a before picture.
It would be great. I'm always missing some before and after.
Well, when I reached out to you and said, how would you feel about doing a before and after video? It's because I felt like my before picture was a bit of a prison mugshot, and I'm not used to seeing myself not smiling.
It's difficult. It's very difficult to share before and after picture. One reason is like it's difficult to have the same light, the same background. It's not so easy. And secondly, we don't like to see ourselves, like being serious. It's never where we look the best in a way. So it's like it's difficult to have before and after picture. And I'm always very grateful with people who share, because it's like picture speak better than words in a way. I can write sometime, like, and spend hours on a post talking about marionette line, talking about symmetry of the face, and I have so much more respond when I just post a picture before and after. You just speak, like I can speak for hours about traditional medicine and how it's always very interesting, but you see a picture, it works.
And it's interesting on your page, because one of your before and after pictures is yourself, where you also described having droopy eyelids, and your picture was great, it was just the eyelids. But you could clearly show the difference. And then I've seen other people's before and afters of just that, like, kind of opening up of the eye area. And so perhaps should we start with the eyes then, actually, because my particular issue with my eyelids is not just that I think there's a droop there anyway, but I get eczema flare-ups on my eyelids. So for half of December and most of January, my eyelid skin was very sensitive, so I wouldn't, even if I had a good facial cupping routine, I probably would have paused on that. And I'm very good at applying oil and doing finger massage for myself. but I just really know that it would really benefit from using the cups as well. And I know that I did sort of have a concern that, you know, when you're suctioning the skin, does it add to the sag? Does it, you know, add to that droop or anything? But your website has been really reassuring for describing why actually.
It's one of the main it's one of the main concern actually. If cupping actually the pulling, the negative pressure can create more sagginess, and it's I understand where it's coming from. But actually, you know, when you do a massage, you know, even when you do a massage, you think you're pulling the skin, right? You're pulling the skin, and it actually relax the muscle underneath, and it makes the skin actually tighter. So it's the same with facial cupping. It's a gentle negative pressure, gentle suction. When it's done short, what was the word I wanted to use? A quick suction, negative pressure like this will encourage the blood flow, will encourage the collagen production, will encourage the lymphatic system. It's just like a stimulation of and it doesn't need to be strong to be powerful. So for the eyelid, because the skin is so delicate and so gentle over there, you just want to do, so where are my facial cups?
So I've got your prickly pear seed oil here, which
you do it as well,
which you said was really good for the eye area. So I've got different oils that I use for the face, but I've been saving this for this particular eye area bit. So yes, shall I apply a bit of that, and then we can get our
so apply just not too much, just a little bit on your eyelid, because I don't want to, just a little bit like this. You're so good, because not too much, because you know we don't want to have any irritation.
My oil, I plaster myself in it.
Most people, they say like actually prickly pear seed oil, but the only one that didn't make them cry when going into the eye. But I don't want to put it too much. And on a clean skin. It's important. And what you want to do first is to start with a smaller cup, and to gently squeeze and release just over your upper eyelid when you have the droopiness. Can we say droopiness?
And it's really interesting with this little one, isn't it? Because it is so gentle that you can almost wonder what it's doing. I feel the suction on, you know, with the bigger one much stronger, but I'm aware.
But you feel the suction, right?
That's when I guess people could overdo it if you're going too big in the wrong places.
That's really good. That's really good. So you do it 3 times all over. And that will really help to stimulate the collagen. So that's really good. Sometimes you can see instant result actually. And then you take a bigger one.
Okay, and then take my bigger one.
And then you put it over your eyebrow and you lift it up like this.
Okay.
You open up the eye.
And that's interesting, because then I can feel that it's not on that saggy eyelid skin there. It's just above, isn't it? It's almost like tightening the area around it. And the suction is much stronger on that one, isn't it?
This one,
and then I can repeat that on the other eye.
And you can repeat the other one. How do you feel on this one?
It feels good to take the attention off the eyelid. I think when I've been sort of at home, I've perhaps put the worry into it and focused on the wrong bit. But to kind of, I can see how working on the area around it, is going to be quite good.
So you really want to work, around the orbital bone. So actually, so when you do the full protocol, you also work on the forehead, which is, you know, when you do like this and down to here. That will also help to relax the muscle over there and to boost some collagen production. That will also help the droopy eyelid.
Okay.
Doing the full protocol will help as well, you know?
The course that you provide with the cups is absolutely brilliant. And my cups came with a little postcard as well that just had like a pictorial version that I could put on the side. And the whole routine itself, you know, 10 minutes covers it all. And I kind of thought, that's what I need to do, is get into a routine of doing all of it. And then I can give special attention to that, because it's too easy to just go problem area.
Exactly.
Exactly. Brilliant.
An area that needs more attention.
And interesting that actually you saying not not put too much oil, because I tend to plaster oil everywhere, and then I guess they can be too slidey if you put too much oil on, can they?
Well, no, generally you have to be generous with the oil all over the face. It's just I'm aware of the eyes. This oil, I mean, is so pure that it shouldn't create any problem if it goes into your eyes. But once you do cupping, if you go it on the lower eyelid, sometimes it can also bring the oil back into your eyes.
Yeah.
So I know Moroccan, it's actually Moroccan, a friend who told me like, oh, Sakina is the only one that doesn't burn my eyes. I don't know what you think as an aromatherapist. No, you don't want to put oil.
I mean, because I'm a Weleda advisor, I only use Weleda products, so I find the same with those, that they don't sting. But certainly before I came across Weleda, when I started getting this eczema problem about 15 years ago, I tried everything on the market and everything stung. I didn't even know about Weleda back then either. So yeah, definitely, kind of, it's great. We don't want to create other issues. when we're trying to help one problem. So
exactly.
And actually, so I've got my Weleda oil, but also because I'm an aromatherapist, then I have different ones. I reuse the bottles and I blend them up so that at night time it's got a few drops in that will help relaxation and sleep, or try and help the wrinkles. But this is lovely. I'd not heard of prickly pear seed oil before, but we use pear in creams at Weleda, because it's amazing, isn't it? So really good for holding the moisture in. So that's wonderful. Thank you so much for that. And interestingly, obviously, when we're learning, we're doing it one side at a time, but we could do both sides when we're a bit more practiced with the suction.
And what is more difficult, because on my video, it's true, I put always my two sides, and I've been doing it for so long, but it's not so easy to do two sides at the same time.
No, I've noticed
you have the same pressure in your fingers, and it's okay. I mean, it goes faster like that if you're somebody that that likes to
I've definitely noticed, because I'm right-handed, my left hand is not so efficient, and since it's the left eye, then I need to give it the one-to-one focus.
And you have to be like aware of that if you are working on a patient. That it's important that the person feels the same pressure on both sides. So it's really, really nice for the patient to have the two cups done at the same time. But you need to perform, how do you say, to make your skill good, so you have the same pressure.
And it's a different way of using your hands as well, isn't it? I find I never get aches with my hands when I massage, but I've noticed that with my cupping I start to get an ache in my hand, because it's just new to me. I'm not used to it. So
it can happen, actually. It can happen.
So if I were to take today, Sakina, as day one, what would you be recommending how many times I'm doing my facial cupping routine? Because I know
I would really recommend to watch the video first of all, because it's when I see on like all the natural therapy, it's important to have consistency, and it's good to start with a good routine. So when I teach the protocol, we start over the décolleté, to start with the stimulation of the lymphatic system, down the neck, down the chin, where we have lymph nodes that we want to stimulate, because it's very important if we have puffiness under the eyes, puffiness around the jawline, that we need to stimulate the lymphatic system to be able to get rid of the excess fluid, excess toxin, and to stimulate this lymphatic system. So that's really important. Just, we can go fast after, but just to get used, because it's true that we want to turn on to work on one problem, as you say, area, or one area we want to work on, forgetting about the other area. But it's because we have the mind that thinks like Botox, in a way. Like Botox, you have an issue, you put Botox, and here it's fine. But in all alternative medicine and in acupuncture, for example, if you want to work on your dark circle, you can put the needle on your feet, but on your ankle mostly, for example, three, because that will work on the kidney channel. So we say we work on distal points, distal and local point, and it's working on your dark circle. Can be done by massaging on the feet, for example, on the ankle. Can be done through diet. It's like we have we take the person as a whole, and it's important to work on everything. So working on you think like working over your décolleté doesn't have just have an impact on your décolleté, which is true, like if you have lines you know, if you have taken the sun too much, which is not really the case in the UK, but in France, in South France, you have, I just went to see my sister. You see so many women, they are really beautiful, and you can see the lines a lot because they had too much sun, you know,
sure.
So it's true that working on the décolleté will actually work on the skin of the décolleté, but it will work on the lymphatic system. By doing that, you will also help your eyes. You will also help your jawline. And in our society, we tend to forget maybe this link, like it's to take the person as a whole and to understand that, like to work distally doesn't mean that we don't work locally. No, doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do know what you mean. Yeah.
So it's important to start with a full protocol just to know what to do. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And that lymphatic drainage is so important. And, you know, I find we do that a lot in massage and stuff, because also, you know, you've got your vagus nerve and calming someone's nervous system. And often people can't do the physical things they need to do because their mind is so overwhelmed. So don't we all love to stroke a cat? We could all get better at stroking ourselves. We're doing some of these things and really helping our system to, become connected. So exactly. No, really important.
Yeah, and a lot of people as well, they report that when they start to do the first step of the protocol, which is stimulating the lymphatic system. So it can be a bit boring in the sense that, you know, you're doing like bum, pum, pum, pum. You know, you say, I want to work on my jawline, you know, can be speed.
You want to race there.
If you are in tune with your body, like most of people, they say they can breathe better. Or they can people who are maybe aromatherapists like you, who know about alternative medicine, they can feel that the channel have opened up. You know, you can feel you're like breathing better, opening up your channel. It's like you're almost ready to start the treatment, which is great, because if you you know, the first week you were asking me what do you do during the first week. If the first week you just follow in a way religiously the protocol, you know, every day you try to learn it by heart, your hands start to become more used to the cup, as you were saying at the beginning. You were a bit in pain, so you're just starting to strengthen your hand, and you know the protocol by heart. You will be more motivated to continue after, you know, like rather than just jumping, looking on YouTube for a thing about the nasolabial fold and just doing that. It's not good enough, you know. So it's good to treat the thing as a whole. And it will also, in my course, you know, I do a short meditation because we have so much. That's it. I can talk for hours, Nick. That's the problem.
No, it's great.
But, you know, like if when we close our eyes and just we become aware of all the tension we have on our face, it's crazy how much tension we have even without knowing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like in the course, I just start, you know, with 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, 1 minute, you close your eyes and you just check and you become aware of all the tension you have in your face. And some people it's on the jaw, some people it's around the eyes, on the forehead, it depends. And what is crazy is like we hold this tension with us, even when we are awake and even when we don't have any, even when we go to bed, you know. And so that's crazy because it creates more wrinkle like this to hold this tension. It makes an age faster. So when you do facial cupping, when you do everything, so you relaxing the muscle of the jaw, for example, the masseter muscle, by relaxing this muscle, it will help to relax the forehead as well. So what is interesting is like when you do facial cupping, you understand that you're not just working on one problem area, I don't like to call it, but one area you want to work on, but you will work on the full face, the full well-being. And as I told you before, after I stopped, but you know, like for example, here that's the liver area. And that is connected with the liver, is connected with the stress and anger. So when you do this, you can be working on a lion line or on a wrinkle here, but you will indirectly as well work on your anger. And that there is also a point called yin tang, which is really nice to relax the mind. By stimulating it with the cup, you also relax your mind. So it's much more than just a beauty treatment, you know. It's great. And when you start to do that and to understand how it works, which I show in the 6-step protocol, when you do facial cupping, it becomes you understand more what you were doing, and it can be more motivating to keep doing.
Yeah, it's really interesting, isn't it? Because a lot of people don't realize that they wear their emotions on their face. I mean, if you're actually talking through something that's making you angry. Of course, we can see that on the face, but actually even how we hold worry, and lines form that give the clues as to what's going on. And interestingly, I don't have the two lines so much these days, but I can remember back, 15, 20 years ago, when I was much younger and had no reason to have lines, I definitely had that permanent, like, I'm looking in the sun. You see,
amazing. I love to hear these stories.
Looking into the sun, but actually it's the permanent worry, and I wasn't looking after my skin as well, and I was stressed, and I was, not able to manage life's juggles so well. So actually, I know that's not a sort of a pattern for me now, but I was really interested to watch some of your videos where, you talk about these lines here. And how these can be disappointment lines. And it was interesting because I noticed this line. I have to try and be serious now to show it you. Instead of laughing, I thought it was laughter lines. I thought it was the, hey, I'm happy, I'm running around after children. That I thought that was a crease from laughing. But if I try and be deadpan, it's kind of a permanent crease. And I thought, well, I sleep often on that side, so it could be from sleeping. And I was looking at practical things I could do. But then I thought, well, disappointment, I'm not really like that day.
I'm not sure it's a disappointment line.
But it's a facial expression. It made me think, well, what do I do when I'm puzzled? I go like this.
We can, hold on. Oh, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's that thing of, we can have things that are caused by lying a funny way, or not moisturizing properly, or being worried. But sometimes just as we get older, we lose the collagen in our skin, our hormones change, and actually something gets set in a pattern, a bit like you might sit awkwardly at your chair and suddenly you've got an ache in the same part of your back. And I thought, well, I've noticed this, it's been there for a year, it's never going to get less unless I do something about it. So that's where then bringing consciousness to just kind of, what our body is doing and what we see in the mirror. And I'd be quite interested to see if I can work that out with my cups. So if you want to perhaps use that as an example for our next go at cups of how, I forget what you called it,
nasolabial fold.
Folds.
Maybe it's not the disappointment line you're talking about, because disappointment line, they really come out from the mouth.
Okay. Yeah. So this is where a little knowledge is a dangerous thing, where I've watched a video and I've thought I've understood it and I've applied it perhaps incorrectly.
No, because they're very, very similar, because this one are more the continuity of the nasolabial fold.
Yeah.
And you have this one, the disappointment line are really like, down.
Okay. Well, I don't have disappointment lines then, but I very definitely have something stuck there.
So
Okay, so for the purposes of this video as my before, I'll try and hold my position.
So what is really good is to take the cup over the over the fold. So generally it's around the nasolabial fold, but you can start it wherever it starts, and you squeeze and you wait 1, 2, and you slide the cup towards the ears where you have the lymph node. Okay. 1, 2, and you slide. 1, 2. You do it all over your nasolabial fold. Okay. 1, 2, and you slide. 1, and you slide. 2, and you slide. So that's one technique, and always going back to the ears where you have your where you have the lymph node. Okay. So the suction, make sure you have enough oil. You have enough oil?
Yeah, I put some on before, but you're right, it would probably help to apply a little bit more.
Yeah, you really need to be generous with the oil, which is good because I think you are.
And it does take that practice to get the suction right, actually. That's quite a skill in itself.
Yeah, so the closer you take it from the bottom, the stronger the suction. So if you just do it from the top, the suction will be very light. If you take it from the bottom, suction will be stronger.
Okay.
Yeah. 1, 2, toward the ears. You can stop at the ears.
Yeah.
I can see you are a massage therapist because you have the doing that and going down.
But the great thing as well is that even if someone was really like, I'm not sure if this is going to help, you can physically see, because my cheeks are pink. That cheek is pinker than that one now. So
you get
that immediate.
Also, even you can feel it, 1, 2. It feels so good.
Yeah.
Like this. And you can also take the smaller cup and go around the line. So that's why you squeeze.
Yeah, I have to master the little ones a bit more. I'm not so good with these ones.
So you really take it at the bottom, so the suction is quite strong.
Mm-hmm.
So that with a cosmetic,
almost like ironing it out, isn't it?
Yeah, but it really works, you know. And the best is when you have the deep line in the middle. I don't know how you're feeling. It feels so good.
I tell you what I like the little ones for. I do love that little thing you do where you slide it on the lip, and I always think it's like lip balm but without lip balm.
Yeah,
I love that one. It feels really nice.
It's one of my favorite.
Yeah,
even it's really good to moisturize the lips.
Yeah, but interesting with the thing about, you know, it boosts collagen in our skin, because as we get older we do lose collagen.
And so much faster.
I you know, not so long ago I started taking like a powder collagen that I could put in my drink, because I'm aware it has a really positive impact on your skin, but also I can feel that my hair's changing as I come into that perimenopause stage.
How old are you, Nick?
It's 47.
47. I thought you were 47.
Yeah. But interesting, isn't it, that, you know, people spend a lot of money on beauty treatments or products, when this actually, you know, you buy your cups and that's it, they last for life. And actually I think it's good to have rituals that you can do yourself, rather than putting your trust in external things, or feeling like
Exactly.
you go to a person for a facial every month or something. So
exactly
we should be doing these little things for ourselves at home, because we want to stay youthful and
but also to feel useful and healthy as well, you know.
Absolutely.
These two that can go together as well.
So I need to practice with the little ones a bit more. So that's brilliant, but I hadn't I'm a visual learner, so I really take things on board when I hear them or when I see them. So the course is great for that, because it's all video tutorials. So I really appreciate that. But just this is just taking it to a different level for me. This feels a bit more achievable for me now. And I'll be really interested if you're free to check in again in about a month's time to see if you can see the difference in actually. And we'll be able to compare, won't we? Maybe I'll have
but we don't. We would be great if you can face a window, so you will really have the light. You could really try a picture if you face the window.
So because my window's here, so
if you were facing the window and take the picture, because it's when we're facing the window that we have the best light, because now I cannot, your skin is too smooth. I can see, I don't see it well good enough, you know.
Shall I lean in a little bit? I got my laughter lines. I'm happy with those. That's a good tip, because when we finish this recording, I will do that. I'll take a photograph shot, so at least we know that on this day, this is where it was.
That's it.
We can review in a month's time. So I'm conscious
and be
of time.
The same.
So I'm conscious of time and not going on too long, so that people don't.
It's already 1:45.
So I'm not gonna. We talked about saggy phone chin as well, but you've got great videos on your Instagram for that. I was watching one only last night, so
it's really good to know.
But I think that's a really great start point for just having a chat about how people can find these so useful for themselves. And it really only needs to be, you know, minutes a day, really, once people are a bit more used to using them, aren't they? Brilliant. Oh, well, thank you so much for taking the time today.
Thank you so much to you.
I look forward to doing it again in about a month's time. So I'm just going to hit stop on this recording. Thank you for watching, anybody. And if you've got any questions at all, Sakina's amazing and we'll answer them all for you. So go check out her Instagram page. See you next time.